And we do have sound. Good. Okay. Nothing will happen to the horses. I mean, who knows? We might just abandon them in a town and go off on our own anyway. That's never happened in a D&D game before, right? Yeah, the way you were talking about tomorrow's game, Gary, it sounds like you've got things planned. Admittedly, like, Ithalius did pull 2 cards from the deck of many things, so I'm guessing, like, for a lot of us, we're just going to be sat back and go, okay, right, well, we've got to wait until he rolls up a new character after all this. Main thing you like about Index Card is it's completely detached from setting. Even the core book comes with 5 different settings. Yeah, because it's Index Card role RPG it's very much like basic game engine, isn't it? It's very much meant to be like strip everything back to its bare essentials type idea. Anyway, yeah, let's have a look what this is all about. You know what? We'll go they then. Why not? Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. Hiya, Innkeep. How's it going? All nice and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All nice and dandy? Yeah, is the audio all right? Because, I mean, it's kind of subtle in the background for me, but I don't know if it's too loud or too quiet for you guys. Yes, all nice and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better, I took a walk around the grove. Then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, or maybe a gnome. Did it? No, but I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great. I got to see some stones and the same trees, same Hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. Sounds very exciting? Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a dried nut. That's a healthy, very thrilling in sources and as a snack. There's various nut types. Walnuts, peanuts, pecan nuts. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. Just wish something would happen in my life. Something riveting. So, what you're saying is that you're missing the spice. Oh, no. I've got a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. I was talking about spice in your life? Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes, exactly. That's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no nymph, no dragon. Just lots of salt. Like a bland soup. Classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? I mean, yeah. Right, basically, yeah. Like, life isn't bad, but it's also not particularly funny. Also, I'm just noticing the weird tentacle just flopping around on the shelf back there. Okay. Have you tried visiting the circus? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Yeah, if we're going to continue with the metaphors, let's go with the soup. So much for an after-work date, yeah. Huh? Drama? Buzz? Excitement? Something fiery? Go to the theatre? Or a gala? Arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights. And of people. And of actors? But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not telling a tale? Not the telling of a tale. How can I sing of things I've never lived through anything? Day in, day out, I live the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, saving people, wandering through the marshes, meeting a pretty nymph. Pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Sounds like the opening to a grand adventure to me. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it would be. Not that it would actually occur, because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. Never met one. Taxes, maybe? She's close to a meltdown. I was curious why there's a scratch, teeth marks on the pole thing. Yeah, okay, now you've pointed it out. Yeah, I'm seeing it as well. Bring the ale. This elf is in dire need of enlightenment. Yeah, like, okay, so if it's like coffee talk, we're gonna have to mix drinks. But she said no nuts, she's allergic, and no spice. Didn't say anything about putting a drop of whiskey in there, right? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about exciting things, magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? Prefer if you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, I can offer you a drink. Yes, I would love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a sunny breeze, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Abel. It's my favourite. It always makes me feel like a feather-light nymph floating in the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a sunny breeze. Message received. Though... I was wondering. I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yeah, we'll do the tutorial then. Really? Yeah, sure. What do I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Welcome to Drink Mixing Nook. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. I mean, maybe it wasn't a tentacle. Maybe it was a tail. I'm pretty sure he's the one who's been scratching and nibbling at the bar pillar, I guess. She just needs coffee, possibly. Add some spice to make her so drunk that she won't remember barfing all over the place. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do I start? Well, I start by figuring out what my patrons want. Make sure I don't forget what they ordered and take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. I guess this is the symbol for the sunny breeze, right? So we have the last whisper. So, I did it if I want to look for specifics. I check my detailed notes. Do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked for, I browse my recipes. Can't just freehand mix something to see what sticks. No, I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I have settled on one, I can use the chalk on the board, draw it on the board, okay. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with the sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. Because you need the con to be able to drink them, I guess. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you'd say that. If I mess up, I want to redo my drink. For other reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to... He is the trash can. You got it right. No wisdom to be found here. Absolutely not. Once I'm done, I press the bell to tell... to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. Got this. So can we have a look? It was the sunny breeze, which is... okay. So that's the dex symbol? And then I... Okay, so does that 3 arrows mean it's 3 levels of? Probably. Okay, right, so we want dexterity. Okay, so they're laid out as it's meant to be. Okay, so... That didn't seem to do anything. Ah, there we go. There we go. And then I guess we want to pull a couple of shots of this in. Why is it not pouring? I mean, by the image, it looks like that it's one of those and one of those, right? Oh, there we go. Sunny breeze, okay. Andu tells us if we've done it right. And then ring the bell. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. It's delicious. I made that. You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of. Aren't you scared there'd be the end of you? Sometimes. But how would I know if I never tried? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but... Never mind. Okay, we got the edgelord rogue has come in then now. Makes you want to play Valhalla again? Oh, okay. Are you going to order something? How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right, what kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. I'm on my way to a fight. I need to pay some debts. Give me something that will boost my defense so I can claim victory. I'll see what I can find. So we want something with a defensive boost. Sailor's Courage? It looks like... No, that's Strength. Steel Tonic. Okay. So it looks like we've got a small hit of whatever the crown is. I don't know what the crown represents. I guess Charisma? So 3 shots of defense, a shot of strength, and a shot of charisma. What's draw recipe? Does that put it on the chalkboard? Yeah, there's something about, like, once I've got the right balance, draw it on the chalkboard. Oh, that just puts it up there so I can see it. Okay. So, right. This is our defensive one. Right. Pour. 1, 2, 3. We want a shot of this. We want a shot of this. You want it? And a shot of that. Steel tonic. Thank you, Andu. Bing. This should taste like victory. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of the banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And a bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Enough to kick some ass at least. Alright, have a nice day. Brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Nothing. Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. Is that what he said? Yes, he said, we are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods like the stream that patters down the mountain. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes? No, not really. I want to experience things outside of the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. I want to sing songs about adventure that make other people yearn for the same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there is nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my family looks after the Grove. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. But what if destiny never meant me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventure starts with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Wow, that's depressing. Just coming and having the saddest, loneliest drink is her excitement. Okay. Humph. Okay. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Carlin. You can call me Car or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Car. Lynn. What can I do you for? You do the thing with the quests, right? Yes, do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Okay, so we are the typical D&D Tavern Keeper. We've got the notice board with all the quests on. Okay. No. I may have one for you. Or your notice board. Elaborate, please? Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tregaron. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade. That was far south of Ereva. Been wondering if it's the same one. Just moving up. Like a nomad. I thought werewolf hype died together with that one romance novel. Wow, Twilight even made it to the fantasy realm of this Tavern Keeper. I guess we have got a bookshelf there. So, we can know at least 2 novels on there have to be Twilight and I guess Tusk Love. You mean the one with the vampires? Think so. That's just split society into 2 camps. Team Werewolf or Team Vampire. Which one were you? Oh, sorry. Which one were you, Innkeep? What do we reckon? Probably Team Werewolf. It's, is it the fur or the pecs? Either. questionable experience with the other camp more so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, that's why I was asking. Yes? Well, all I'm saying is the downside of looking for a wolf is getting mistaken for one. Is that the reason why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too familiar to my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is it a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? I couldn't tell. Want to avoid an awkward family reunion, you know. Alright, anything else that might be helpful for others to get the job done with it rather swiftly? Fetch, on me. Should they get into dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog, trust me. Good to know, thanks, Carolyn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. I'm gonna just go with Carolyn. Alright, Chief, you got a name, or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Plain hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you've got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful, something with a whole lot of strength. And don't dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. Right, so we're going with all the strength stuff. So I guess it's going to be the usual balance thing of... No, okay, it's a slightly different balance. So, bunch of strength... Couple? No, it is just one in each. I was going to say, because there's only 5 levels in the jug, isn't there? Okay, right. Can we... Okay, this one really has a job pouring, it seems. One hit of that. And one hit of that. There you go. Have some sailor's courage. A drink with 0 water as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back north? Through the Ashen Grove? Got some business to clean up. What kind of business? My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. All these pouring sounds aren't good on the black... Oh no! I thought that's what the bucket... the bucket? Or, I guess bucket or bottle next to the desk is for, right? I'd say she was hallucinating, but I did hear some folk complaining about an undead uptake up north, so might as well humour her. It's hard, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead? I think there's not much use digging up the past. Past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? No? Then don't bother. This is my tavern after all, and I'm leaving it. If you find out any more rumours or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups, but sure, I'll be back for more work. And I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumours, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. Okay, fine. This is the other bit of tutorial stuff. Fine, I guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. Ah, right, so we basically just pin them together. I like the little doodle of, what was it, Andu? This is what, where I sort my, all the rumours I've collected. I also keep them written down on my in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. I think the best next step would be to sort the fitting snippets onto the quest page. Just drag them over. Make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing the adventurers. Once you're done, select that quill and it'll all be written up. Got it? Got it. Good. Thanks for your help, Caelan. Put it on the tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you two. Alright, time to assemble a quest. Right. Banshee? Nope. Snails? Nope. Werewolf. Previously seen. Caelan told me about a werewolf who is roaming Tergaren. Potential threat to villagers. Werewolf's secret weakness is playing fetch. I'm going to say we start off with that one. We'll have that one. And then we'll have that one. Bing! A werewolf on detours. Reticent Vulcan passed by the Wayfarers Inn. I guess this is what the name of the pub is. The Wayfarers Inn. Reporting a werewolf making their way up to Tergaren from Evor. They pose potential threat to helpless villagers. Apparently werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on the quest and save Tergaren from the werewolf? Okay, I love Andu. "58th of the Wake, Act 1, Wayfarers Inn, Prelude to Bravery." Okay, Fable's taking a quest. He's gonna starve if we don't make some mistakes. True, like, we should be making more mistakes just so we can feed the pet. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tergaren. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Not yet. What kind of hero are you looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who's good with the bow. One that will tell me that they want the quest. Ah, I'm good with the bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. And... maybe I want the quest? Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. Then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forest, you live in a forest. Werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also human. But you've talked to humans before. You got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you about if anyone had taken it yet. And then? I didn't think that far. I see. Or rather I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest, then I have to go on the quest. I have to fight the werewolf or talk to the werewolf, which is worse, because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And or if when I try to shoot it with the silver arrows, I miss and shoot the tree instead, and then the tree will be mad at me. But it won't really matter because I'll be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should just put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make that decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, I freeze in place. And suddenly, I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah. Maybe you could add my bones to your menu soon. Future character confirmed. The neurotic forest elf. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest. I think I would have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up 3 bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take it, but you are trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on the quest. Would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic, Fable the Protector of the Woods. The world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, all I can think about are the ways in which I could go wrong. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. Hey, like, I mean, those novels with the vampires and the werewolves in, those thirst for something else, right? Might prefer orange juice. It might? Well, heroes have a history, right? Inspirational feats that they can look back on to define their bravery. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like, Mary Morgan incident. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. If I want an RP neurotic elf, I just got to order some ears. They don't even have to roleplay for that. I mean, she keeps on going on about making an epic song and things like that. So I was thinking bard, but apparently, like, she referred to her brother and saying, we are rangers, we're supposed to stay in the woods. So maybe she's planning on multi-classing. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, yeah, multi-class. What was this Mary Morgan incident? Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear of it? Oh, thanks, Spirit. Word didn't carry around. It was my very first adventure. The chance to finally get out of my daily grind. So, what happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. They wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregerin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure, yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So, of course, I ought to go wrong. I really wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way of that. Okay, how did it go wrong? I felt their condescending looks on my back as I walked through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually looked. But my fear got hold of me and I led them astray. I blacked out, I think. I never got lost in the woods before. But I couldn't see well, the blood rushing to my ears and feeling dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever pass. Past the river banks of Shivermere, home to Mary Morgan. You know, of Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that is known to drown men? I'm not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when the dawn broke. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still there, laughing stock at every gathering. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the Wyvern Chimera, residing in Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't, so... But I didn't. You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem. But how can I not be? All I ever do is fail. I don't think that's true. You've done many wonderful things. The future is yet to be written. I don't think anyone really wants to read my story. I would. Personally, I'm very much looking forward to hearing about your heroic ballads. So, you think I should go on that quest? Perhaps. Even after what you've just heard? I almost killed those adventurers. How am I supposed to save anyone? I'll probably just make a mistake. Your absence will not make it better. You don't know that. Neither do you. All we do know is that without you, there will be one less person helping them. Someone else will do a better job. There might not be someone else. That would be horrible. Someone has to help those people. They can't just be abandoned. I agree. But what if I do it? What if I do make it worse? What if you make it better, though? What if you help them? Save them, even? So what if you make a mistake in the middle, or if someone else comes along to give you a hand? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows? You might even end up joining a party. Perfect heroes do not exist anyhow. Just ones that try, even if they're scared. Even if they're chaotic kobolds, right? What if they are terrified? Then they should try terrified. At least that means they are trying, instead of running away. Would you prefer to run? No, I think I only run because I'm better at it. But then again, I never really try anything else. Maybe I should decide to walk away before I even tried the other path. In case of emergency, better heroes can always save me again. Or you them. One day, maybe. First, I'm going to save all those villagers. So that at least some of us don't have to be afraid anymore. No werewolf shall stand a chance against me. Right? Right. You will do great, I just know it. But before you go, would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes, please. Even got a new infusion in this morning, so I'm well prepared to help. That sounds wonderful. What do you have? I've got some Thunder Sage, which is said to enchant words. With its magic, you can be able to inspire others and boost their abilities through your support. She is absolutely. She's going to be doing some bardic inspiration here, right? And then I have a couple of golden feathers. They are extremely rare, but once in your possession, they can grant you haste. Briefly. The expiration date is a bit unpredictable. How did you get those? Pure luck. Alright then, keep your secrets. So considering all of that, do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet, so the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with lots of dexterity? I want to fight it. I might need that surprise round advantage, so maybe haste would be helpful too. Or maybe instead something that can help me with diplomacy? So perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all. All it needs is a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we can even be friends. Well, I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. And some additional inspiration. I'll leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choices influence my fate. Could change the entire outcome of the quest. But, of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Right, we're either going to make her a stealthy killer or a talkative one. Like, she's gonna multi-class into bard. We need the diplomacy. We're gonna boost her diplomacy in that. It might alter the drink in a way where it has different ingredients than usual. So make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so you can mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjust the drink from there. Let's give it a try. So the coaster shape, I presume, is the thing it sat on, right? Right. So it's got a fist punchy thing? That's the one we want. So we want our charismatic one, which was... we haven't done a charismatic one, have we? There you go. Peak Sunrise. So we want that. And I presume these might be our infusions. There we go. That helps with haste. That's our inspiration one. Adds a bunch of defense, apparently. Thunder Sage has an invigorating, inspiring property. It was synthetically created by mages from the harbour of city Zoford, sorry. Inspiration gives one ability to an extraordinarily motivated other person. Okay, right. So, I guess we're using the Sage, and then we're somehow, like, doing that. Well, I mean, that is giving us our 2 strength, 2 defensive thing, it seems. And then it was minus intelligence. Which, well, can you have... I guess we have to put a shot in of intelligence, then, right? To counteract it. Right, where's my... I guess it's these. That's our Sage. That's our Golden Feathers. Okay, so maybe these will change out. These are the 3 here to what we need. So yeah, let's put in this initially. Right, that's our 2 of those. And then, well, it hasn't made a negative intelligence, it seems. I don't think it is possible to have negative intelligence, so we should be able to just add a few slugs of this, right? Peak Sunrise. Well, let's see if this will do for her. Thank you. Feel much better. Braver. Farming? No, wait. That sounds like I'm tending a farm. So you're telling me turn her into a grog? Maybe. There are a lot of farmers in Tregaren. I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could need that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink will give me the courage I need. I believe in you, Fable. Thank you. I'll try to follow your example. Follow your heart instead. I think that's one of the better roadmaps. I can't wait to tell you about my victory. Best of luck, love. Best of patience. I hope Fable will be alright. Well, we gave her the charisma one, so, like, unless it was an either or and we made the wrong choice, then she's dead. So, we've lost a regular. Maybe a zesty one. Hope I could help. Oh, it's feeding time at the zoo. Om nom 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 nom. New friends and former enemies. Innkeep, drink for me and this lanky fella. It's good to see you, Carolyn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive? Thank you, I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well. I'm with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you didn't join a party? No. Oh. Then what is the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at least. Family feud? I guess it was the uncle then, after all. I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I was going to kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Alfie here was able to prevent it. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does! I stopped her from killing the werewolf. You gonna elaborate at all? I was gonna kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot, okay. I think they are confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. Now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did, kind of. I also remember you saying you did not want the quest, Carolyn. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Wasn't? Sure was. Venturing pay ain't what it once was. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How does any of this lead to a successful quest, please? Well, after leaving your tavern, I travelled swiftly through the Ashen Grove. I reached the borders of Tagarin right after dawn. The vineyards stretched far ahead, and I saw one of the farm nestled in between. Truly idyllic, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally. Visually. A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness. And I'm no owl. Thanks, Spirit. You're already weird enough. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. So I hear a creaking fence and footsteps that are failing to keep it quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I sneak closer and I see a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Thinking she was going to steal it, I summoned all my courage and stepped out of the shadows and said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect her to be in her full sense of course, but I wanted to be polite. I thought it might confuse her. It did confuse me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Or an insane one. Well, it worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a, what? Surprised my plan worked. I said again, please put down the sheep. Because stealing sheep isn't very nice. She asked who I was. No, I asked, who are you? A guard? I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling growl. Please. It was barely a bark. It made the blood freeze in my veins. Hearing heavy footsteps, I barely dared to turn around. You turned immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf. Yellow gleaming eyes. Gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, something rushed past me, lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Kaelin and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep? Obviously, I set it down before. So you came to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue checkered and an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. That old fucker. Hey, why can't I say that? Fuck. What the fuck? Youth protection. The age rating assessment is quite harsh. Fuck. Anyway. It was dressed like Uncle Dragon. Smelled like Uncle Dragon. Fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. The only way I can bring him up these days is by joking. Because of the feud? Yes. Used to be my favourite uncle. But then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually just left. Ran away, without a word, left us and Uncle Fedor behind to worry senseless. Till we found a letter saying not to look for him, and all their savings missing. Swore I was going to kill him if he ever saw him again. So that's why you wanted to talk it out with your fist. I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I got them to stop for long enough to get them to listen to me. I threatened that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would never have done that, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Look, mighty scary there, little guy. Thank you. I set them down, made sure to be between them, so that if they wanted to fight, they'd have to go through me. That sounds dangerous. Was. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you can stop two angry wolves? Oh well, anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. That's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Kaelin and the disagreement. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. That ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. We had known we'd have helped him best we could. Very least would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't expect that, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone and all that. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any of the human things. That's something he and Kaelin have in common. What? Stubbornness, the unwillingness to ask for help. But they had to talk about it. This silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? Little stick is strangely persuasive. Something about their earnestness is frustratingly inspiring. Had us talking about it for even before I even realised I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go then? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first. And apologise to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there is still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure that he can still barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he's done. He has to accept he is different now, learn how to live again. Of course, it isn't easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. They taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of shit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take care of him and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an end, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of an adventure is just the beginning of a new one? Exactly. I like that. So after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together. Got offered to spend a day at the settlement. They don't serve anything strong enough for my taste. Plus Elfie was dying to go back here. Was talking about how they needed to update you on everything. Non-stop. Would think they've live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. So, a drink? What can I offer you, Kaelin? Surprise me with something that fits my strength and brawn. I mean, that one that was haste was adding strength and swiftness. Obviously, that was doing defense. Didn't we give her a strong one before? Yeah. So we could just do that again. Or we could do a surprise one. We could try and mix something different, I guess. But I don't think that works. Because he's, like... Admittedly, this is just the demo, so... Probably doesn't have all the recipes in. Because we're certainly seeing, like... At least 3 missing ones. Like I said, I don't think that... Yeah, it's just the swiftness and that. Yeah. Let's, I guess, just the sailor's courage. Oh, come on. Why is it this bottle always? Right. Ding. Not bad. Should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that will calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? I'd like to feel dexterous again. That was a stressful day. Night. Morning. Sequence of events. Right. She wants the Dexy one, which is the Sunny Breeze again, isn't it? Yeah. Though... I mean, it's a +1 of that and a +1 of that. We could give her some haste, or make... Do we run out of supplies? If we We did say the feathers were very hard to come by. If I was to chuck one of those in there... screw it. You know what? We're going to chuck a feather in there. Also, we probably should bring the menu up. Right. So, one shot that. One shot that. Oh, we need multiple shots, don't we? Because of the minus. There you go. And then we can do a shot of you. And another shot. There you go. A sunny breeze with a twist. Or a feather. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? Because it tastes so bad? So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Kellen, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a free room. You can stay there. I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Not yet, if that's okay. I think it'd be like to stay here for a little longer. Calm down a bit before I check on all my plants. Unless you need to close it up. Stay, please. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different than I expected. But I didn't know it was. I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? Hope this isn't going to be my last adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall ask. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world did not end. Right. Let's hope not. I like this world, and a calamity like that would be disastrous, even if it would make a good song. Or for a sad one. Or both. Thank you for believing in me, Innkeeper. Always. I can't wait to hear about your next quest. Me neither. A little later. We got a vampire and a dwarf. Good day, little green immortal. Wait, I'm green? Does that make me a... Am I a goblin? Maybe I'm a goblin, okay. Oh no, they're talking to Fable. Ah, okay. Good day, Mr. Vampire. And good day to you, illustrious innkeeper. Good evening, vampiric vampire? That's the best you could do. I'm running out of lines, okay? So you're another one of those empty babblers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty. That's what they all say. Seems they've given ye some more options than just the usual, but doesn't convince me just yet. I'm sorry, don't think I understand. Course, probably forget to give ye enough intellect. Would surprise me if there's actually brains inside that skull. I'm sure there is. Have you checked? No, I can assure you I'm different from your average background character. They really are. They have a lot of personality, you just have to get to know them. Sure. I must agree. You look more delicious than they usually do. Thank you, though I should let you know I'm not on the menu. What a great day of woe. First my cape, now this. You have a cape? The most exquisite one you'll ever in all of Asteria. Words would not be able to do justice to its beauty. Have you seen it, by the way? No. That's why we're here. Perhaps the slime ate your cape. That little creature doesn't seem like it would do such a horrible thing. Does it have a name? I never asked. Probably not. Maybe you should sometime. Speaking of names, what may yours be, little leafling? That's Fable. The great up-and-coming hero of the Ashen Grove. Hello, Jerboa. How are we? Just Fable is fine. How about you, Mr. Vampire? Me? What other vampires are there in the room? Hopefully none, but you can never know for sure. My name is Sir Alphonse Louis Frederic Duquette de Lassalle. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. May I ask your name as well, miss? You may stop calling me miss. Sorry? Call me Rhea instead. Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet you, Rhea Frostgrip, Kyle, and Unnamed Slime. Indeed. Welcome to my tavern. Now that we're past the pleasantries, would you like to tell me more about the cape? It's some sort of invisible cape. Some sort of invisible cape that, if any of his blabbering is to believe. That sounds very magical. It is, but oh, sorry, it is. But he seems to have lost it. I have. Ye have. What a great tragedy. My cape of invisibility is of utter importance. If I do not get it back, I'm afraid I shall perish immediately. Sounds very magical. Dearest innkeeper, dearest Fable, I must retrieve my cape. Could you please help me? I think I know just what to do. We're making a quest, are we? You've reached the end of the Tavern Talk demo. Okay, right. The next bit of it is dealing with capes, apparently. It's been a pleasure to take you on this little journey through the Wayfarer's Inn. I hope you enjoyed the little insight into the adventures to come. Farewell, and see you next time. And there we go. That's the demo I'm done with. I mean, it was like... Yeah, because I was, like, taking my time with it. That was a good hour's worth. But, you know, I guess if you power through, like, just smashing the button, it's probably, like, 20 minutes. But, yeah. I mean, I really liked Coffee Talk. So it's exactly the same thing, but with the D&D twist. I can't remember the Coffee Talk one. There was a little bit more to the actual mixing of the drinks, wasn't there? Like, because I mean, you had the whole thing where you were doing like the foam art on top of it. Like, I mean, it was an optional thing, but you could draw pretty patterns on the top of the coffee orders. But yeah, I mean, it's got a cute. Are we thinking like weird kobold lizard thing? We've got Andu. We must protect Andu at all costs. But yeah, that's Tavern Talk. I guess that's one